Hi friends, Tilly here, and as promised, we're going to get started with the bracelets, the leather cuffs that I talked about last week. I have one on, and I wish I had a nice young arm, nice young thin arm, so you can see them on a pretty thin arm, but I don't. So this is what you will get today. I told you we wouldn't be making them. It will take too long, I know. And as much as I tried to prepare for this, I'm absolutely sure that I'm going to have to hunt for a few things, and I'm sure that we won't be able to get to everything I'd like to tell you in one session. So I can't get my camera to go to film any longer than I think it's not up to 9 minutes. I can't. I mean, I have a good card, and so I can do several 9-minute 9-minute clips. But I don't. I haven't read the directions enough to be able to figure out how to make the camera tape for as long as I want it to tape. So it tapes as long as it wants to tape, and I don't think it's going to be enough time to do it in one. So let's get started. I told you that I found this on Martha Stewart's show, and that's where you'll find the directions. And like I say, they are, if I can follow them and do them, any of you can. You need to go to her site, and then there'll be a lot to choose from. You'll want to choose crafts. Then when you get into crafts, the best way to find these are to click on the medium used, and so you'll click on leather. And then when you get to leather, then you'll just go down the list and you'll find the leather cuff bracelets. And from there, you just watch. It's a very good tutorial, and she shows you just how to do it. And it is relatively simple. She was blessed with having a lot of the leathers left over, where those of us that are starting from scratch, unless you do a lot of leather work, you're not going to have all you need. Now, I just started right in, thinking this would be a breeze. And so I first ordered, what you need to start with is your, oh, and now I won't be able to remember the name of this, your tooling leather, which is, it's just a plain leather. It's just a plain piece of hide is what it is, and it's what those beautiful leather crafters use to actually sculpt. Now the thing that you need to watch for, and the thing that she doesn't tell you, is the weight of the tooling leather. And the weight you're going to need is going to be anything under 4 ounces. It goes by ounces, and so I bought like 4 to 6 ounce piece of tooling leather, and it was, oh my goodness, so thick. So you couldn't do, it was not manageable. So there wasn't any mention of the fact that you needed a nice thin weight tooling leather piece to start out with. This is what you're going to glue your fine leather pieces, those that have already been embossed and have already been dyed, or already have a texture to begin with. These, as you'll see, we're going to be cutting out pieces, and she'll tell you all about it. But first of all, you're going to start out with a, don't go any higher than a 4 ounce tooling leather. Then you're going to pick your leathers, and she used, I believe, now it's been a while since I saw the video, but I believed she used a lot of it's faux leather fabric. And so I got some of it, and you can definitely tell the difference. I don't know if you'll be able to see the difference so much, but this is a leather, it's a fabric, and it's made to, resemble leather. And I bought some of this, and I believe it was, the name of the company is Mood. I'll look it up for sure. It's a fabric company, and they sell some very pretty faux leather fabric. Then I went to Tandy. We're blessed to have a Tandy leather company very close to us here in St. Louis, and so I went down there to take a look at what they had, and oh my goodness, you can get some wonderful deals on some very, very pretty, very, very pretty leathers. I don't know if these colors are showing up so well on video, but they're they're lovely, lovely leathers. You watch, you go in and you watch for sales. Of course, for pieces large enough to make your bracelets. And let me get some of this out of the way. So anyway, you have choice of using either the faux leathers or using the real leather that's been stamped or dyed. And you just make up, your mind what it is you want, and how you. Dropping this off to the side so clear it out of the way. What you want to, what you want to use and what you want your bracelet to look like. And please do go online to Zibbit /Chili's Bridge. I've got several bracelets on there for sale, and so you'll be able to see, what it is what you would prefer. Then all we did was I started out with the templates. I just used a measuring tape, and of course measured my arm. I already knew I was an 8. My wrist size is an 8. I started with, I think my smallest, are 5.5. But I made templates just out of corrugated cardboard, so that it would be easy for me to draw. I would draw this on the big sheets of tooling leather, and I would make myself squares or oblongs of tooling leather in the sizes that I would need. That may not be making any sense. Trying to go too fast and tell you too much at one time. This would be a size 6 plate. I would cut it out of the tooling leather. See if I can match it up here. Cut it out of the tooling leather. I'm not going to, maybe. What is that? This is 7.5 or 7. Now see, no matter how organized I think I am, there we go. I used my size 7. I cut out my, I'm sorry, I'm off camera. I cut out my my tooling leather first out of my big sheet, and I try, when you get it, you try to fit as many on your big, side or side of hide. I'm not sure how to explain that, but I'm afraid I'm going to run out of time already. But you try to fit as many on as you possibly can, and then you will cut them out. And what I used was this blade to cut out the tooling leather, and this was mighty handy as my guide, so that I could get them straight and neat. Then, after I had my pieces cut out, I would also cut out my leather with the same guide that I used for the piece of, and I'm being distracted because